Now, the Fromen's test is used to identify any weaknesses in the motor supply of the ulnar nerve. And this test particularly looks out for the function of the adductor pollicis, which is the muscle that causes the thumb to fall back into the palm like this, adduction of the thumb. So the way that this test is performed is by slipping a piece of paper, a thin sheet of paper, between this part of their hand, the patient's hands. So between the thumb and the radial aspect of their index finger, like this. And when the examiner tries to pull the paper away, the patient, a normal person with intact ulnar nerve supply, will be able to hold on to it without much ado. The thumb, as you see, is still straight. The paper is unable to be removed. This is a normal test. Okay, what happens in a ulnar nerve palsy is that number one, it will be very easy to take the paper away from the patient because the adductor pollicis is no longer functioning. The patient will not be able to hold on to the paper. In another scenario is that the patient, while attempting to hold on to the paper, will engage a different group of muscle. Instead of relying on the weakened adductor pollicis, they will instead rely on their flexor pollicis brevis. And the thumb will look like this instead of straight. What happens is the median nerve is being called into action, and the flexor pollicis brevis is engaged in order to perform the task. So this is called Fromen's positive, and it's also an indicator of ulnar nerve palsy. Another way is the patient will hyperextend their thumb like this. It's still not straight, it's hyperextended. Here, the patient has engaged their extensor pollicis, which is supplied by the radial nerve. So again, a different group of muscle is being used to perform the task, and this is called Jean's sign positive. So both the Froment positive, which is like this, and the Jean's sign positive are indicators of ulnar nerve palsy, not forgetting the loosened grip.